Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Charisma Check Podcast. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Peter Johnson, and I'm here to play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends. Specifically, loser. All right, podcast over. See you guys next week. This is a very brief episode. We'll have a new person playing Aizen Cruxis next time. Anyway, to my right,
we have Carl Belue playing as Pip Hiltfray, a fighter halfling.
And to his right,
Adam Flynn playing Cloud, the Tabaxi Sorcerer Warlock.
And to his right,
Jacob Frank playing as Aizen Cruxis for just a short little while longer.
And to his right,
Wintermute, Nathan playing as Flaxtop, Hawthorne, the halfling artificer.
And to right, his, we have
Chris playing Lilith, the tiefling witch.
All right, excellent.
I didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Adam, you're going to have to do yours over. We need full name.
I'm Peter Matthew Johnson, if you're wondering. Last time, when we left our heroes, we found out that our new friend, Cloud,
That's
was,
me.
Yeah, he was basically told by his patron to go check out the Acking headquarters because these people could be able to help him with some kind of problem involving the Feywild. And that it has something to do with the orrery. He showed up, introductions were made, talking was done. Hawthorne made a crazy crossbow shield. People did research. Pip went on a date, found out that Isabel's brother may have died from the same thing as Pip's sister. Interesting. Omen Drawn sent a note via the documents or ledger saying that basically he wants to be able to take let's say recompense for the actions against the other branch of Acquisitions Incorporated at the Lighthouse in Pescatoon, but he needs proof, and he is trying to get you guys to provide it. Also,
There was a bunch of lore.
Yes, it was a big lore dump. Also, Lilith decided to go off with Not because Foosball found out where Lasgar was living. Lasgar was in possession of some kind of egg that Lilith was obsessed with and wished to possess. So that's where we left off. And you guys were all standing around in the study of the manor. Foosball brought in this letter from Omen. And begin.
And see.
Looks like we're going to need to go after some evidence in order to prove our case to Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yes, we may be able to do some reconnaissance, perhaps, and find out the best approach.
Do we have anything written that Drawn Enterprises has sent to go after us, or the Lighthouse, or anything?
Well, we do know that there was a very powerful wizard associated with Drawn Enterprises that's now very familiar with us.
We have Wizzy. Wizzy was held captive, but he doesn't remember anything.
Yep. This documentary ledger, I will say, since you haven't really had any experience with it, is two-way. If you want, someone can write in it, and that writing appears in another ledger at head office, presumably addressed to Omen Drawn if it's, he who contacted you. So if you wanted to ask questions or anything, you could do that as well. Foosball could write in it, dictate,
Did he specify what type of evidence would quantify as?
He did not in the initial letter.
We need to find Rolf. Rolf may have more information. He may be our evidence.
That is true. He has the mark.
He has the mark, and I'm pretty certain that Hubarb made him.
Certainly.
Absolutely.
Seems that way.
We have your sister. Does she remember anything?
A little, but she may be able to assist in the same way that Rolf would.
Okay.
However, her mark is now covered. So a testimony only.
I want to get in the mindset of Huber.
Mm-hmm.
I stole some mushroom tea.
Yep.
So I will prepare some delicious tea and drink it.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any experience with preparing psychedelic tea?
In real life.
Or, Pip, I'm not legally obliging you to say this on a podcast.
Check your proficiencies.
You do have the alchemy set because of your
Yeah. being an obviator.
Your obviator job.
Yeah, you're proficient with hallucinogenics.
Yeah, so you could figure it out. Okay, all right, you can make that. And then okay, let's set the scene for this for this trip. Where are you?
I am just in the middle of the manor.
Okay, in like the foyer or in the study?
In the foyer.
Okay, you're just in the foyer. You're surrounded by basically nothing except these velvet ropes that have been put up. You can kind of hear activity going on. You make this tea, and then you're just going to sit there and see what happens?
Yeah, I'm going to drink it. I'm just going to lay on the floor and spread out.
Okay, cool. So we know Lilith and Not are going after Lasgar. They have the address. How about everybody else? What are you guys doing? Are you waiting for Pip, or are you trying to formulate other plans?
Oh, yeah, I would like somebody to watch out for me.
Cloud, you stay here.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Well, we have a foosball.
Hawthorne, why don't we go and try to talk to your sister? Maybe she has some information.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll do that.
So you're going to ask the cat to
The
watch
person
the
we
hallucinating
just met.
Being
halfling?
on psychedelics.
Okay.
Cat, we just met you. Watch our friend.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow.
I speak common. And how dare
meow,
you
meow.
insult my family?
Is Tabaxian a language in D&D? Is there...
It can be.
It's actually, I don't think there is a Tabaxi language.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, no,
either.
there's not.
Dang it.
Well, they are a tribal.
Yeah.
kind of
I want to
safari,
know
like-
what the Meow Mix song says.
Meow, 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 meow.
I want
meow,
There
you.
might be
I want
children
liver.
watching. Or listening, sorry.
Yes. So we'll deal with Lilith first.
You sure?
Yes. Unless you don't want me to. Do you need time to prepare?
Well, I was going to ask you a question. Is there a specific uniform for the Mages Guild?
Well, you would know that students wear a uniform. Teachers do not wear a uniform, but they have to wear kind of a stole that denotes their specific school, what they teach. But that's about it.
Okay. Because I need to get some type of disguise for Not. I want him to appear like he's somewhat of a headmaster or someone in charge of the Mages Guild.
So you probably need to get one of those things you wear around your neck. Probably you can
A stole.
so you could steal the stole.
Yeah, steal a stole.
All right.
Stole the stole.
I stole the stole.
Oh boy, we're just jumping right into this, huh? Yeah. So if that's what you want to do, you could attempt to do that. Certainly.
Yes.
Do you know any? Like, you would have to find some contacts in the underground if you want to steal one, or just go to the school and steal one.
Well, let me get my dice out and I'll let them decide for me.
Okay. Not is going. I'm going to roll to see if Not has seen one of the professors before and may be able to duplicate them. Because that seems fair, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
been around. That's a 10, so no.
Would I be able to...
Roll a 10 on percentile dice.
since I was in the college, would I give them a general description of what one of them looks like?
Not will say, unless I have actually seen someone, I cannot reproduce them. Perhaps I could transform into someone who looks similar to a professor, or...
Could you do it as a random generated old elf guy?
Well, yes, of course.
That's close enough. Elves are always wizards.
Stereotyping is
Yeah.
bad.
Not will say, in my experience, yes.
Or grumpy old paladins.
To say, I have seen Knight Captain Darius Shadowsbane the 15th.
Do that. That sounds cool. Is he very popular?
He is very well known and well respected.
Is he a wizard?
He is a paladin of the highest order.
So I'm going to just give him the idea. And I'll let him decide what's best to do. So there's this woman who's in possession of an egg
Mm-hmm.
that is possibly quite dangerous for some low-born commoner to have.
Wow.
So,
Speaking of stereotypes.
I know, right? I'm just hitting it hard today. So we are going to pose as high members of a magic order, whichever it shall be, to say that we need to attain the egg as it is too dangerous to be left unchecked.
Not says, Very well. I'm in your employ. I will do as you say.
So what?
I've done worse things in the past.
You ever been an egg thief?
I have not stolen eggs before, no. Anyway.
So we need to steal some type of clothes. Well, I have disguise self, so would that also affect clothing or not? The spell.
I think it, I don't know. You look it up. It's your damn spell.
If you do disguise self, Not can see what you're wearing and then recreate it.
He can't recreate clothing.
Oh, he can't?
No.
He only faces and people.
Then what's he wearing?
Average clothes.
Yeah, he's wearing just like regular clothes.
Disguise self, you make yourself, including your armor, weapons, clothing, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends. It lasts for an hour.
It also doesn't hold up to inspection, so if you hide your tail, it can still hit stuff.
Oh, I could use disguise self to make myself look like the archmage and make not look like the archmage. And then I change again. It's only it's only a first level, so I have to use it twice, right?
I mean, yeah, you have seen them, so you could turn into one of them, and then he could see you being them, and then he could turn into them.
Works for me.
This is a weird thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out together.
Yeah, if that's your plan, you're going to look like the Archmage or just one of your professors.
I was going to do the archmage, but I think that might be a little too conspicuous. I even looked up I thought I looked up his name, but I forgot already. So yeah, just a random teacher.
Okay.
Once he sees it, will he change?
Yes.
All right, and I'll pick a different teacher.
Okay.
So that's 2 spells, yay.
But his clothes are still just
Yes,
regular.
so we
person
still
clothes.
need to acquire the skull?
Stool.
Stool.
Stole.
He just needs some stool.
It's like a scarf.
Hey!
It's like what you wear at graduation.
Yeah.
Oh, so like Harry Potter, right? Those little colorful plaited scarves?
No, those are scarves.
No, those are actually scarves.
Yes, we'll steal one of those. This
Okay.
ought to be fun.
So you're gonna go to the.
Well, I am somewhat of an... I
This
would
has
know...
become much more complicated.
Yeah,
than I thought it was gonna
I do have a criminal background, so I would know people in the underground, right?
be. Presumably.
All right, so I'm just gonna go through that chain of network.
Why don't you get a black
The friends
market
we
stole?
make.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just watching him hallucinate.
Yeah.
By the
Then
way,
we'll say-
One's high, one's committing crimes.
Hey, that's the you need to be high to commit a crime.
Are shrooms illegal in Acadia?
Yeah, what do we know about narcotics?
What's Acadian law say?
I'll do a narcotics check.
I'll do a
In
cold
a
hard
world
drug.
where magic and stuff is so common, it's pretty hard to regulate. Generally, anything that is dangerous is regulated, but something like a magic mushroom analog, probably not.
Okay.
With my alchemy knowledge, would I be able to reproduce my tea since I still have some?
If you know what the mushroom is, yeah, you could then find more of them.
That could be our other business.
Drug dealers. We just got like 18 business. Normally people have one and stick with it. We have 18.
We're gonna be the richest people.
We're entrepreneurs for days.
We'll say to find a contact and be able to get this, you're going to make a wisdom investigation check. So you're going to add your wisdom modifier and if you're proficient in investigation, your investigation proficiency. Not will help you with this.
So I get advantage?
Yes.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, I rolled a 17.
Okay. Yeah, you can find what you want with no problems. You didn't know a guy, but Not knows a guy. He says, well, I often have to procure costumes for my escapades. We'll see if my usual dealer has it. And
You're a drug dealer?
Just the costume deal.
my costume dealer. So you go to see him, and he does. He sells duplicates of all of the different stoles because they're not really hard to make if you've seen them. It's just that not many people have seen them is the issue.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to acquire one for him.
Okay. They are 5 gold pieces each.
5 gold.
Okay.
Does he also need maid's clothing? Like robes instead of common clothing?
He can buy some. Yeah, he can get
All
some
right.
regular, just like wizardy looking clothes.
All right, that's cool.
All right. Wow, that took way too long.
Yes.
So,
You want to move on to the other
Yes.
people's stuff? Yeah.
so while they're doing that, then we'll say, Pip, you get super high. It's as you're lying there, you just start seeing like the stairwells kind of moving around, like snakes curving staircases in the foyer. You see them kind of moving around, and you feel like all warm and tingly all over.
All your audio, like everything you hear goes.
feels like you're floating a little bit.
I'll look at my hands and move them around slowly and start rolling on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down, staring at him intently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you see him do all of this and start rolling around.
I slowly inch forward and bop him a little bit with my hand paw.
I scream hysterically.
And
you look
Cloud
over.
Misty steps
Hawthorne,
to the
did
balcony.
you hear that?
You look up at the balcony where the Misty 7, you see
think they're
the
all right?
biggest cat you've ever seen in your life.
I'll just
Not a tabaxi.
I'll reach my hands out
It's a tiger.
and I'll just go.
Kitty.
But otherwise, this is providing you no insight whatsoever. These don't let you see into another dimension that has all of his plans or something. You're just high.
Oh, okay. I'll do the finger pinch thing where I'm like squishing a person, and I'll just be squishing at Cloud, trying to squish him with my fingers.
I'm just going to start grooming myself.
Okay.
While I wait for him to come down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I should have thought about how long does it last.
Yeah, you didn't even try to find out. So then Hawthorne, yeah, the ship of Hawthorne and Aizen. Hawthorne,
Oh no!
Hawthorne.
Don't draw that,
No.
please.
Hawthorne and Aizen. You guys go to talk to Tulip.
Yeah, on the way there, I'm gonna go up to Hawthorne and be like, I wonder how detailed of a background check they went through to hire us for Acquisitions Incorporated.
I've been questioning that myself. Some of the methods of Ack Inc. seem rather uncouth.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of criminal activities Lilith has done or is doing.
I'd rather not think about it.
And I think Pip's a druggie.
As you'll hear me scream as well.
He's already having the withdrawals.
Well, we'll pause for a second, glance at each other. Let's just keep going.
So the last you knew, she was still in the master bedroom, just chilling out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll walk up to the door and just give a quick knock, make sure she's decent.
Yeah. Just come in.
Hey, Tulip. Aizen and I just have a few questions, if you don't mind. Well, how have you been doing?
She is sitting in front of the kind of vanity mirror, and she has unrolled a bunch of daggers on the vanity, and is like sharpening them, oiling them when you come in. She says, "Oh, I'm good. I'm feeling a lot better."
Excellent.
I walk up to her and I grab her hand and just kind of kiss it and be like, "That's great to hear, Miss Flaxtop."
It kind of tastes like that kind of mineral oil that you might use on swords. She says, "I'm good. What?
Tulip, you I know you haven't interacted much with Aizen, but he is a good fellow.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
Yeah,
sometimes
I
a bit
know he helped.
forward.
He helped save me and Wizzy and everything. He's got to be a nice guy."
Yes.
But we have,
Aizen kind of blushes. If elves blush.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Is there a...
Yeah. Anyway,
can I say that we had Foosball come with us?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Tulip, we wanted to get just a written testimony of your experiences with Drawn Enterprises and how they took over the Ack Inc. branch in the lighthouse. I know you might not want to dwell on it too much longer, but we would like to have some sort of evidence to provide as to what happened.
Yes. Do you remember anything?
Well, when I showed up, I guess things had already gone down. There were these tents outside that had DE written on them, and there was nobody. Nobody answered when I knocked, and I noticed the door was trapped, and I fixed that. I bypassed it. I went in, and then I saw the 2 dead halflings, and I knew something was up. So I decided to investigate a little bit. When I went up to the second floor, these other things attacked me. I don't know what they were. They looked crazy, slobbering things, and I tried to get away, but one of them cut me with its claws, and then I felt so cold and numb, and I just kind of passed out. And then when I woke up, I was in that room with that guy, that gnome.
Hubar.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She says, he had me strapped to that table, and I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. He just seemed so cheerful about it all. He decided he was going to make me into a vampire, he said. I thought he was crazy, but once he cast some kind of spell on me, I started getting really feverish, and then I got chills, and I was sweating, and started hallucinating, and I passed out again.
Did he say anything while he held you captive? I don't want to bring up any fresh wounds, but
he mostly said that I was going to be his greatest triumph, and he said that if this worked, he was going to make a whole bunch more of me. I didn't know what that meant, so I saw he had the DE on his hat too. I don't know if that's important.
that may be important.
Well, I think that's... I don't want to dive into this anymore. Aizen,
I understand.
is that enough?
I think that would be quite enough.
So
Thank you very much.
Wafoozbal's been dictating all this into the Documancy ledger.
Thank you very much, Miss
Oh,
Flaxtop.
yeah, it's okay.
Well,
at this point, I'm more angry than anything, she says. And
Well-
she picks up a knife and just like absentmindedly throws it, and it sticks into one of the bedposts.
I like your throat, man.
She says, "Yeah, thanks. I've been doing this for a while." And she walks over and she takes the knife out. So, and you can see that there's several, like where the knives have stuck in there, all like grouped right together.
oh man.
Maybe we should practice sometime. That sounds like a fun time.
She says, "Well, maybe you can keep up."
Oh, is that a challenge?
Yeah, I kind of nudge Aizen.
Is that a challenge?
For me, no.
Oh, okay. Well, when we get some spare time.
Yeah,
Well, anyway, why did you want to know what's going on here?
well, as you know, this is Acquisitions Incorporated, and the previous residents of the lighthouse before Huber were also a branch of Ac Inc., and we've been told that if we could get some evidence to show back to corporate, we could retaliate.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Would you? Well, what were your plans, Tulip?
Well, make an insight check for me with advantage because you know her so well.
Oh, man. Here, let me give you some new dice.
It's going to be a 6.
A 6? Oh boy.
Let me give you some new dice. You don't know your sister at all.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've seen it.
She says, "Well, I was just gonna stick around for a while, see, make sure I'm 100%, and if you guys need any help, I can help you."
Well,
Help would be appreciated, yes. I think your talents could be quite useful in this team.
you seem much more capable.
You do seem much more capable
little-
than your brother.
I was going to say much more capable than the little girl I remember back home.
Says, "Well, I got into some things. I had to learn to defend myself."
Well, whatever you decide to do, Tulip, whether you stay here or explore Acadia or go back to Faerun, just let me know your intentions. I don't want you running off again.
She says, "Yeah, I know. Thank you. I know you're not as controlling as Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I had to get off the continent to get away from them.
yeah." She also laughs. She says, "Well, I'm gonna get something to eat. Maybe walk around and find one of these street vendors. They have some good food."
I know, right?
Absolutely. But I do recommend we have some good food here at the keep itself.
Says, oh, yeah, no, Cassius is a nice guy and all, but I kind of want to stretch my legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you need a companion, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to show you around Acadia.
Yes, Aizen has lived here for his entire life. Is that correct?
For about 100 years.
Oh, boy.
100. Aizen, this old man.
Well, 100 is quite young for an elf.
He's experienced. He could certainly give you a good tour.
Aizen, make a persuasion check for me.
18.
She says, tell you what, I'll take a rain check, but it better be something good. And
Absolutely.
then she just turns around and walks out of the room.
Okay.
What a scene that she's gonna see, huh?
She leaves. Yeah.
I guess I'll look at Hawthorne's sister, and it'll just get into my mind.
Oh, yeah. You see her leaving. She's also a halfling girl, so she doesn't look like your sister, but on magic mushrooms, she looks enough like your sister that it triggers in your mind remembering.
I will close my eyes and just start like holding my ears and just kind of like trying to clear it out of my head. But in my head, I can hear her talking, and it's getting worse.
What's she saying?
It's just harboring back to when she was really sick, and she said it was super cold and, just bad things to remember.
Mm-hmm. Boy, this episode's a roller coaster, huh?
I gotta say, I love our RP episodes. Like the campfire episode is great. This episode is great. I love this.
Yeah. So are you just going to try to hunker down and ride it out, basically, at this point?
I'm going to stand up
Mm-hmm.
and try to walk around and see if I can get out of my high as best as possible. Just
Okay.
try to get rid of it as fast as possible.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me when you go to stand up.
Oh, I actually did. All right, 21.
Cloud, you see Pip, do that martial arts, roll on your back, spring up straight onto your feet thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pip, you thought you were just standing up. And he just starts, walking around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me now.
14.
After about an hour,
Oh my god.
you start coming down. You walk around in circles for an hour.
It's like the floor just like kind of.
There's a groove in the floor like a cartoon.
I'm gonna.
We
come
were
back
sitting here for
downstairs,
30
kinda
minutes just
position
watching it.
myself
Yeah.
to where he doesn't hit me, and just kind of sit on all fours and just do the 1,000-yard cat stare right at him, so that that's hopefully the first thing he sees when he comes out is just.
Eisen and I are standing there like, how many more laps do you think he's going to make?
You've got a betting pool going.
27.
Yeah.
No, 40.
Well, Foos was
50.
I think he's only got about 12 in him.
And at that, I'm going to shoot a look at the foosball. Just
She's like, what?
Carl, roll a percentile dice. See how many laps you get.
Should I actually?
We should put money on
Yeah,
this.
roll percentile.
How much
Everybody
money?
write down their number. Come on, how much you're betting. What Foosball's going to bet 6 gold pieces
Ooh.
on 12 laps.
What did you roll for the gold?
so
A D6.
What is the maximum number of laps?
Well, if it's a D100, it's 100.
Ah,
All right, I'm betting 4 gold on 47.
Okay.
5 gold on 53.
and 9 gold on 86.
Ooh.
Cassius will say, What's going on?
You want to get on this too? You want to watch it?
No,
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
have no
sorry.
idea what's happening. Okay, roll.
Everybody ready?
Carl is tripping out.
36.
Oh boy.
What do you get?
I said 47.
53.
Oh, I'm way off.
So
What did Rolf Foosball get?
it was 12.
12?
She said 12.
Oh, yeah.
So you're the closest.
yes.
Yeah.
You get 5 gold from
You
everybody.
get, well,
Or
Well, Foosball says,
whatever.
God damn it. As soon as he passes the 12th lap, she's like, damn it. So you win all the gold, whatever
Oh, yeah.
the pot was.
When I come down,
Mm-hmm.
Would I more have a sense of I know what mushroom it would be? Would I do like a...
I mean, if you have
Insight
any left, I mean, you could make a medicine check or an arcana check or a nature check.
I'll do a nature check.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not proficient. But, 20.
Oh, yeah.
Not natural, but 20.
Yeah, you know precisely what they are.
What would they be?
They're, lich's toes.
Ooh.
Because they kind of look like these little withered big toes. Yeah.
All right.
Now that that's calmed down, I'd like to go and talk to Hawthorne for a minute and say, so tell me about this orrery.
The orrery. Yes, it was found here in the manor when we moved in the first day. Come on, let me show you.
It actually caused quite some problems at the very beginning of our job.
Take me to it.
Sure. Aizen, would you accompany?
Absolutely.
All right. While you guys are doing
Pip seems to be able to handle himself.
Yeah, Pip, your mouth is painfully dry. Your head hurts. Your vision is kind of fuzzy. You're exhausted from walking in circles.
Pip, come on. Let's go.
I'll look at my canteen and see it's completely empty. And I'll run into the kitchen. Like, Cassius, I need water. And then I will run back out where Aizen is, and I'll follow them wherever they're going.
Okay. So, while you guys are doing that, Lilith, after you take all your time organizing this heist and finding Not's contact, getting the disguises, getting everything right, you follow the directions to where, Foosball says Lasgar's living. She has an apartment in the Northwest District, aka the slums. But when you go there, it's one of the nicer buildings. It's a few stories high, and it doesn't look like it's totally in disrepair. And her apartment is on the 3rd floor.
All right. Is it like a little doorbell I got to ring to get up there?
No, there's no doorbells. This you can just go right in, go up the stairs. Her apartment is 312.
All right.
And you can find it. There's a little placard.
I'll walk up to the door and knock with some confidence.
Okay.
Confident knocking.
All right. So, basically, and then you hear some movement in the apartment, and then you hear some locks unlocking, and
how many locks?
Probably 3. And then you hear a chain being done, and then you see the door pulled open a little bit, and you see Lasgar, who you recognize from the Majordomo interviews.
And I'm disguised. She doesn't recognize me, right? To discern that you are disguised, a creature can use its action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
Okay. Well, she wouldn't immediately need to do that unless you gave her a reason to think you were someone else. So she opens the door, and she says, I forgot what she sounded like. Oh, no. Nobody else will remember either. She says, yeah, who are you? What do you want?
Hey, my name is Navarra. I am from the Mage's Guild.
And that investigation check happens
Mage's
right
Guild.
now.
I'm sure I don't know the name of it right now because I have to look it up. But what is it called again?
Oh, no, the Academy Arcane.
Yeah, the Academy Arcane.
God.
Yeah, you're like, I'm from, and you look at Knot, and he's like, the Academy Arcane.
Is he going for a Gandalf voice?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah. We're from the Academy Arcane. My voice, ignore this.
Nope. She says, what do you want with me? Well, I'm not a wizard.
Yes, we have, it has come to our knowledge that you are in possession of a certain egg that could be extremely dangerous if not properly looked after.
No, I know what I'm doing. It's fine. It's fine. It's about to hatch. I got this.
Are you sure? Do you know what type of creature it would be?
I'm guessing some kind of like maybe a drake, some kind of lizard-like
And
thing.
do you think it would be entirely wise to raise a drake in an apartment?
Well, I mean, you know, what? This isn't your business. I'm not a necromancer. Get out of here. And she closes the door.
I'm gonna knock again.
She says, "Go away."
My plans are spoiled. Well, she said
I'm
no.
gonna knock again, more assertive.
This time from further in the apartment, you hear, "Go away."
I'm gonna shout, "No, we need to talk about this."
She says, "I don't hear you. Nobody's home."
I think I'm losing signal.
About to blast the door down at this point.
Man, how much does Lilith want this egg?
Not says, "Well, perhaps we should break in."
Good idea. Are you good at breaking in?
He kind of reaches into his robes and pulls out a crowbar.
You have
This is
something,
the only spell that I need.
you have something a little more quieter,
Yes.
perhaps.
Oh, I'm afraid not.
Could you do this quietly?
Oh, man.
Well, I can attempt it. And then he pulls out some thieves'
If you-
tools.
I was about to say, yeah, if you need to, I could stomp up and down the stairs.
I could undo the locks, but the chain would be rather difficult from the side.
If you can open the door a little bit, I can mage hand the lock open.
Oh, yes, excellent idea.
Mage hand.
And then he's going to attempt to pick the lock. Oh, boy. You see him, like, take out the thieves' tools and, like, start fiddling around in there, and one of them snaps in the lock. And he says, "Oh, damn it. This isn't my forte.
So,
Just realized we don't have a rogue.
yeah, I mean, not technically a rogue, right? Maybe. Perhaps it would be wise to use a crowbar now.
Oh, I was hoping he would say that."
Yeah.
And then he just, like, jams the crowbar in the door.
Not cast crowbar on
Yeah.
the door.
I cast open sesame. And he just jams the crowbar in there and hauls back on the door. And you hear like a snapping and the chain breaks and the door opens. And then you hear Lasgar say, "What the hell?"
We will pay for the damages, but we must talk about this egg. It is imperative.
So when you see the apartment, it's rather sparse from what you see. There's not a lot of furniture or knickknacks or things up on the walls. But you can see towards the back of this like large room in this kind of studio apartment, there is a crate that Lasgar is standing next to that is full almost to the top with what looks like mud and dirt. And you can see the top of that egg sticking out from it, and it's like jiggling around visibly. And she says, it's hatching, it's hatching.
Oh, well, this is a momentous occasion, and we must observe, and I'm going to cast Charm Person on her.
Oh boy, okay. So that's a wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
So you know she
boy.
passes.
That's a 6.
Yeah, she does not pass.
She says, I mean, yeah, you can watch. I don't see why that wouldn't hurt, but this is mine. This is mine.
It is yours, but we're friends now, right?
Well, yeah, but I don't just give everything I own to my friends.
Well, that's why we caring is sharing, and
Carrying and sharing.
As you're talking, you see the top of this egg start cracking, and you hear kind of a like chirping noise. It's not like a bird. Well, make a nature check for me.
ooh, nature.
I want it to be a velociraptor.
I'm still getting used to this. So nature is
Allosaurus.
That's an 18.
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It definitely sounds more like reptilian or draconic than it does anything else.
How disappointed would it be if it was just like an ostrich?
It's just a penguin, guys.
Cloud
Just
would
a
be very, very sad.
weird penguin.
Didn't one of us want to eat that egg at one point?
We suggested it.
Oh yeah, we should do an omelet.
So it starts hatching, and then the face that pokes out of it is kind of draconic looking. And as it starts opening, it starts like flailing around, And then out from this egg writhes this serpentine-looking creature with 6 pairs of legs and a long tail. It's about 2 feet long, and it starts looking around confusedly and like kind of like squawking. And it has this long forked tongue, and each of its like legs ends in these almost hand-looking appendages. Each of them has opposable thumbs. And it starts skittering around, kind of wobbly at first, and it like shakes off this goo, from the egg.
Okay, so we're going to say to Nott quietly, I'm going to make a distraction. Steal the creature.
I don't want to touch that. What the hell is that?
Grab a blanket or something then.
And he looks around the apartment.
So I'm going to walk up to Lasgar and
Phantasmal force.
I will roll for a distraction.
So what the hell is that?
Hey, look, a distraction.
So yeah,
That's not a drake.
no, it is not, and there's possibility that it could. I'm just gonna lecture on.
Okay. Make a deception. I'll say deception check.
And because of my succubus stuff or whatever, I get advantage on deception, distraction, or
Persuasion, deception, persuasion.
Yeah.
If it's okay.
anything that feels sexual attraction, pretty much.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Succubus.
This a baby.
No, distracting Lasgar.
Oh,
Lasgar.
sorry, I was distracted.
So
Wait. Who's the first person the little Drake saw?
Mm-hmm.
This is important.
But they were all 3 standing there, so.
it can be trained. So yeah, roll. So that will be 25.
Yeah. You kind of like grab her by the shoulders and turn her around. So it's like you're speaking intensely into her face, and she can't see this thing. And behind her, you see Nott like taking the linens off of the bed, and he's like kind of like trying to wrangle it. He's got the sheets up, and he's like darting back and forth, trying to get it in a corner.
It's just running off.
He's trying to keep it from running away, and he's like this like Gandalf looking old man.
It's like, oh, almost got it. Crikey.
There's a hallway. They keep running through different doors, and then every now and then they face each other, then run the opposite way.
I was about to say, what would be
episode of
funny if he's
Scooby-Doo.
like, that there's a Komodo dragon. Fiercest beast in the
check.
land.
Nope.
Poke it with a stick.
He fails the grapple check. So he goes to dive at it, and it just like drops down off of its legs onto its like serpentine body and slithers away from him really fast. And he just ends up like face planting with the blanket on the floor. And he goes, which Lasgar notices, even though you're trying to. She goes, what's going on?
I would look at it and be like, Lasgar, be more careful. There's furniture around. You forgot your spectacles, didn't you?
Lasgar. Is his name also Lasgar? Is this character?
Lasdar.
I'm confused.
Lasnar. Not Scar.
So
I'm failing very badly at this.
at this point,
That's character, Chris.
Tried.
with Nott on the floor, it runs over to Nott, and it looks like it's about to bite him. So let's roll initiative. For just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This would be fun, I guess.
Everybody.
Not
rolls.
everybody, just the.
Aw.
Oh. Not got a nat 20.
I'm feeling it's going to take a lot
Yay.
of dash actions to get there.
What you got?
Oh, I got a 15.
Okay. So we got Nott, and then you, and then this thing, and then Lasgar. So Nott sees it kind of lunging at him, and he jumps up and then tries to get it with the blanket again. It's going to be another opposed check because it's a grapple. Oh my god, he got a nat 1.
Oh.
He goes to like stand up, but he didn't realize that the blanket was under his knees. And he goes to like pull it, and then he just trips himself and falls over again. So Lilith, it's your turn.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to say this thing is quite dangerous. We need to contain it real quick.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to grapple it myself.
Okay. So either strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
I hope you rolled low, because I did.
13.
I also got a 13.
Oh, it's a tie. Then nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
It's a stalemate.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're trying to wrestle it, and it's much stronger than
So you
would.
said how big is it? 2 feet?
It's about 2 feet long. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like sinuous and much stronger than you would think. Especially for, a newborn. So you kind of have trouble grabbing it.
Close the door.
I'm going to say I'm going to say to Lasgar.
Lasgar or not?
Lasgar.
Okay.
Okay.
The lady, I'll be like, you should have. I thought you had this place under control. You clearly have no right to hold such a creature like this.
Just like, yeah, maybe. Just keep it there. I'll get it.
I'm with animal control.
And then this thing's going to go. As you're trying to wrestle it, make a dexterity saving throw for me, Lilith.
Not 20.
Okay.
Wow.
You see it kind of writhing around, and as it gets more agitated, it opens its mouth, and you see these sparks forming in its mouth, and it just, exhales this lightning bolt towards you. It's a little baby lightning bolt, so you just kind of dodge out of the way. So you take half damage.
I got a question. What color is this creature?
It's kind of iridescent blue-green color. Oh, do you know what it is? So you're going to take, oh boy, even at half damage, that's 17 points of lightning damage.
That would have killed me if I didn't dodge it.
I'm just saying, Chris, if Lilith does not catch this little Drake lizard thing,
Don't worry, I'll kill her myself.
Lilith will die.
All right, then Lasgar is going to say, holy shit! And is going to run over and try to grab it and say, yeah, you can have it. I don't want it. She got a 9. And they got an 18, 19. So she goes to grab
Hey, I
it.
got a question. Switch the dice.
She goes to grab it. It just writhes right out of the way.
And eats her.
So we're back up to Knot. And he'll say, oh, Lilith, are you all right?
Quite so. Make sure the blanket's not under you when you try to stand up.
He pulls out the crowbar and he says, I'll take care of this. I'm going to knock it out.
Very good.
And he hits it. It's going to take 6 points.
And impales it with the crowbar.
But it does not pass out. Lilith, it's back to you.
Phantasmal. So,
Noise complaint?
Yeah.
charm person wouldn't work on this.
Nope, it's not a person.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
How about hypnotic pattern?
That would work, right? It affects
I don't know what
creatures.
that is.
Yeah.
You create a twisting pattern of colors that weave through the air. The pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. The creature becomes charmed for the duration.
It got a 9.
Well, that's not that. That's
So it fails.
it's yep.
So is it charmed or is it just...
On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed is spelled, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Okay, yeah, so it's just staring at this hypnotic pattern
Yes.
and doesn't move.
And it lasts for 1 minute. So I'm going to say this does not last long.
So
Grab
it
a cage.
does nothing on its turn, and then Lasgar is going to take the blanket from Knot, and it's incapacitated, so it can't really resist, I'll say, and she just wraps it up tightly like a sack and cinches it at the top. And then it starts flailing around because it can't see the pattern anymore, and she says, take it!
Double bag it first.
Knot will run over and grab another sheet, like the comforter off the bed, and wrap it up. And so it's in a blanket and a comforter.
All right, good. I'm going to... How much for the door damages, you think? I'm still trying to be nice.
I don't know, maybe a gold piece.
I'm going to throw 5 gold for the troubles of the
Okay.
blankets.
Okay, and then you just leave?
Yes, I'll leave.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
All right.
So you guys leave. So you're just carrying the squirming creature through the city streets?
Yeah,
Disguised as professors.
Yeah.
disguised as professor. And if anybody asks questions, he'll be like, official mage business. Move on the way.
Nat will say, well, that really could have gone better, huh? But we did it.
Hey, at least we did it. Yay!
Yeah, yes. Okay. So as you're headed back to the manor, what would you guys like to do back at the manor? You're going to look at the order.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll walk back. To the workshop.
Okay.
And
how many pieces do we have on us? Does Chris still
Chris
have?
has one.
Chris has one.
I mean,
still?
Lilith has one,
Yeah.
Okay.
Lilith has one.
and I have one.
You have the frame and the timepiece of travel.
So as we're walking, I will glance at Cloud and see if I can judge his intentions, whether or not they are selfish, I guess, or he is genuinely just curious.
Cloud, what's your intentions with this orrery?
Well, I believe I told you back in the library that
it's been a whole week.
Yeah, I want to judge.
I'm pretty certain this was like 2 hours ago, actually.
Yeah, you guys actually did an insight check on him when he was talking to you, and he seemed forthright.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So
then remembering that,
It just feels like a week since I saw Tulip. Time stands still.
yeah. So remembering that and basing my trust on Cloud, I will just not hesitate to open up the workshop.
Okay.
I'm going to yell at everyone working and say, "Turn around!"
I mean,
at
also,
this point,
didn't
it's
you
late
guys
in the day.
hire me?
The crew's gone for the day.
We did, but that doesn't mean
yeah,
you have our full trust.
They're done for the evening.
I mean, you can earn money for
track
us.
of time.
yeah, you lost it. Yeah, it was still daylight before you started tripping.
It really
Now
does
it's-
feel like 2 weeks for you.
Yeah. But yeah, they lead you to out the back doors through the double doors into the backyard, which is looking much nicer. The pond's kind of been cleaned up. You know, they're restoring the walking path around it and everything. And they take you to this large rectangular metal building that seems to have no real door until Hawthorne goes up to it and starts prodding at it and moving around these sheets of metal that looked totally indecipherable from the rest of it until moments before, and it forms into this pattern.
I showed him how to do this.
That is not true.
And then the door opens up, and they take you into this totally disused, dust-covered, run-down laboratory of some kind.
I was living in trees. It's still better.
Yeah. And sitting on one of the tables amidst piles of strange alchemical ingredients and crumpled up papers and cobwebs is this shining golden framework that's about 2 feet tall that you recognize it immediately from your vision.
In my vision, does it look exactly like my vision or
Yes,
okay.
it does.
So how does this thing work?
It is a magical item that once you are attuned to it, it grants some special abilities. And look here, you see these slots and connections? It looks like there are some components that are missing, and once attached, it will be much more powerful. And I take out the timepiece of travel. Here's one right now. This one allows some travel abilities.
Can you fit that into it right now?
Sure.
Yes. You can. Yeah. It looks like kind of a clock face with multiple dials on it, but instead of really pointing at times, the hands seem to be pointing at different spatial locations and planes and things.
It looks like that depiction, like in the I don't remember if it's in the player's handbook or the DM's book, but it's got a picture of all the different planes and everything. Okay.
Kind of like that.
And Lilith has a rotor that goes right here.
So this was a key part of my dream, and with the threat to the Feywild. Do you have any leads on the other pieces?
Unfortunately, no. We, frankly, just stumbled upon these. I believe that Drawn Enterprises may have some leads. They seem to be tangled up with us.
Could you ask your deity if, I don't know what kind of relationship you have with yours, but could you ask if he knows any more about it?
I am not one to command that who sent me. They come to me. That is all I know.
Well, Aizen, what about Savros?
Other than the instance we had back at the lighthouse, I don't feel that strong of a connection. I feel a connection, but I've never actually spoken to Savros because he is trapped away inside another astral plane.
Well, I've always...
So connection is very fuzzy.
Well, forgive me for saying this, but as far as I've ever heard, I thought Savros was deceased.
That is a belief that a lot seem to have, but I know that Savros is simply just trapped away in an astral plane.
Well, whether or not Savros is present in this plane or alive even, I'm sure they would be proud of your piety.
Thank you.
I really don't have anything else.
Okay.
Cloud does not really have anything else.
Does Cloud inspect it and investigate it or try to...
Sure.
Okay. I'll take either investigation or Arcana.
We'll definitely do Arcana.
Okay.
Just drawing on innate magical abilities to kind of help me. Yeah, that's not going to help. That was a 6.
Okay. Yeah, it's totally alien to you. Like you can tell it's obviously magical. You recognize some of the glyphs here and there as having importance in planar travel, things like that, but that's all you really get.
So I'll finish poking at it.
Okay.
And just at this point, I'll turn to Hawthorne again because I feel like he might like me a little better than somebody else. But and just ask, what about the remainder of my dreams? I saw red hats and boots pouring through these tears into the Feywild. Anything else that would you have encountered? I feel like everything's tied to this device here.
Well, the only thing that rings a bell from that vision could be the red hats. Did they look sort of like an inverted cup, perhaps? Like, are you familiar with a fez?
No, they did not look like fezzes. They looked like skull caps.
So, I'm afraid the only thing I know is the orrery. In your vision, did it have components on it, or was it empty like it is now?
It appeared as it does before you now.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping you might be able to provide us a lead yourself. But for the time being, we have been keeping it here to keep it safe, out of harm's way, out of the clutches of those who might use it for evil.
Good. I am not sure how this endangers the Feywild, but it seemed of some urgency that my patron called me here.
Well, I will tell you, I have spent some time with this device and gone over the different mechanics and runes, and once all of the pieces are combined, it would be able to travel to the Feywild. That may be the connection.
May I interrupt?
You just did.
We do know about a barge that's somewhere off the shore of Acadia. Perhaps we could take our ship and go searching for it. We know that might be the headquarters of Drawn Enterprises. They might have a piece themselves if they're looking for all our pieces.
We could do that, but based on the message from Mr. Drawn, our CEO, not associated with Drawn Enterprises, though that is fairly confusing now that I'm thinking about it.
I'm starting to think about that too now.
Make since he's from Faerun.
Can I make a history? Can I do
history? Yeah. History check.
Oh, man.
14.
A 14 is enough to know that as it, Acquisition Incorporated grew its brand and became more prevalent in Faerun, Drawn Enterprises showed up. You actually know, it's fairly common knowledge, Drawn Enterprises is run by Omen Drawn's sister.
Well, it sounds like their sibling rivalry has gotten far away from where it should be.
So, Omen Drawn's sister?
Yes, that is correct.
I will give you her name in a moment, because I've forgotten which one it is.
Do you happen to know her name?
Let me see. Was it
Hold
Francis. Kylie. Was it a C, Clarice?
Auspicia.
It was Auspicia. Yes, that is
Auspicia drawn.
Auspicia.
And you also know he has another sister, Portentia.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Say that again?
Portentia.
What does Portentia do?
Okay.
Is Portentia is a part of either
She has her
organization?
own drawn
Make another history check for me.
corporations.
15.
You know that Portentia briefly worked for Drawn Enterprises.
Yes, so she did work for Drawn. I have no idea what she's doing now, but at one point she was a significant member.
She hooked up with Jim Dark Magic.
I don't know that.
No, you know that because Jim Dark Magic makes it a point to tell everyone
Oh yes, never mind.
that he had sex with Omen's sister.
I tried to forget those details,
Who's
but
Jim Dark Magic?
Jim Dark Magic is another of the founding members of Acquisitions
Yes.
Incorporated.
Oh,
I'm learning so much about this company that I just joined.
Yeah, it's interesting.
yes, I did my research before I
So then,
joined.
do you guys leave the workshop and lock up as you're talking, or since you don't really have anything to do?
The workshop is still sealed, right?
Yes,
Isn't it ironwood?
No, the seal is adamantine over the what seems to be some kind of tunnel or.
Could I think of any kind of way to?
Oh yeah, Pip's been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know that it's incredibly hard, but you can work with it. The best people to contact would either be some kind of mage who could magically remove it, or a dwarf. You can go to the Dwarven District and find a highly skilled blacksmith who might have experience working.
I'll get Wafu
With adamant.
to contact
Okay,
for me.
cool.
And
At this point, isn't she just a secretary?
Yeah. So Lilith and Not, when you carry this thing back through these districts to the headquarters, to the manor, you see, as you're approaching, someone standing outside the door that you then recognize as Belle, the captain of the ship the now captain of the ship. that you
Okay,
rescued.
good.
And
Because
she's like knocking on the door and just standing there impatiently and like tapping her feet.
what
you can
in
you
front
can
of
hear her.
Acquisitions Incorporated?
Hmm?
In front of our front door?
Yeah, in front of the manor's doors.
Ah,
And she's just like tapping her foot and looks really aggravated.
so I'm going to walk up behind her, looking slightly electrocuted.
Yeah. Are you still disguised or have you dropped the disguise?
It's last an hour, so you debate.
probably not.
You could
at
probably,
this
yeah.
point.
we probably
If I was
wear off
walking,
before
if
you-
I was walking through the streets looking like a mage,
Yeah, you'd probably drop it before you got back.
yeah.
What is the screaming creature doing? Still screaming?
Yeah, it's not screaming. It's just thrashing around and you can hear it like tearing at the fabric. And,
Which is why I asked for a double bag.
yeah, it sounds, it's just clearly angry.
All right, so yeah,
Occasionally you get like a static shock through the bag.
it doesn't have a stinger tail, does it?
No.
Okay, good, because that would have been not good. So Belle's at the front door and be like, "What's wrong, Belle?"
She'll turn around and say, "Oh, thank the gods, you're finally here. Somebody who can help me. Why, where have you all been? I've been trying to get in for a half hour now."
Just gonna,
Your voice changed, Bill.
I'm just gonna awkwardly hold a squirming little bag and be like, "Me? Nowhere."
I don't know what that is, but you should probably.
Could you
Do something with it.
Could you be a deer and open the door?
Yes. I thought it was locked, and then she'll open it, and you guys can go in. And at this point, I guess you guys come in and you all convene.
It's a good thing you opened the door. I would have.
Lilith, what's in that bag?
A very interesting creature, a tiny lizard.
What have you done?
No lives were lost. Do not worry. She gave it away willingly.
Lilith says tiny, but you see the sack flailing around and like bulging, and you hear screeching, and you're guessing it's not tiny.
At the mention of lizard, Cloud is going to feline agility straight over to the bag and start prodding it a little bit.
Are you accustomed to training drakes or whatever this thing might be?
A drake?
We have a pet.
I give a little meow, and out pops Izzy from my robe again.
What is Izzy again?
Izzy is a pseudo dragon.
I'm
gonna hold Izzy up to the bag.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Can you communicate with?
Basic concepts.
Izzy gets eaten.
it's in a bag. I doubt that.
It goes through the bag. Nope.
It kind of sniffs at the bag and then goes and like hisses and runs back up your shoulder.
Okay.
So, any idea what it is? It has 6 legs, that's for sure. It shoots lightning. Even as a baby, it's very potent lightning.
Knowing you, I don't want to know what it is.
I've been out in the world for a while.
Yeah, you could make a nature or arcana check.
Okay. That's a 16 on arcana.
Out in the wild, you know that in the past, in the mountains specifically, they had trouble with something called behirs. Behir are monstrous, 12-legged, dragon-eating creatures.
So,
that breathe lightning.
Oh. Lions and tigers and behirs, oh my.
I guess we have the title.
So, what do you know what it is?
I've heard of such a foe. This one must be newborn, but they are normally much, much larger. But I've heard of a creature from the mountains known as behirs.
Behirs. Definitely not what I thought it would be, but is it tameable?
I would say that such a creature might get too large before too long, but I don't know of any instance where it has been tamed.
Yeah, you know enough to recognize what it probably is, but as for like biology and psychology, you have no clue. They haven't really been heard of much in the mountains for decades.
Well, perhaps we should safely store it away somewhere. Where might we put a
in the vault?
Lightning-breathing dragon.
The vault is the only place that we could keep it, and it would have to, and it wouldn't destroy anything.
We should probably stop here anyway. You want to?
So I'm just gonna, I guess, end the thing by putting the lizard in the vault.
In the vault.
Vault.
Okay.
Let's RP it a your it.
Do you feed it?
Do you put
what does it eat?
Air holes in the vault?
It's made enough air holes.
You're guessing me.
There's nothing else in there, is there?
No, not at this point. Unless you guys put other things in there.
No.
Okay.
So, do I know what it eats?
I mean, probably meat.
Meat.
Yeah. You would know that.
I will ask Cruxis.
Adult Behir will eat pretty much anything they can swallow.
I'm Cruxis.
I will ask the cook. I'm horrible with names. Cassius. I knew it started with a C. To prepare some raw meat.
Yeah, he gives you just like a slab of beef.
All right, very good. I'm gonna throw the beef into the vault and hope it goes for it, not me.
It when you let it out of the bag, it immediately goes over to the meat, and you see it pick it up and like unhinge its jaw and just like just like swallow this whole like big chunk of meat, like this chuck roast. And then you can see it like its stomach distended by it, and then it just curls up and seems to go to sleep.
Very good. Close the door.
Okay. Got a baby Behir. Oh, then you'll probably need this.
Baby Behir.
Yep.
Now Lilith, you're going to take it out for walks and you're going to clean up after it, right? We're not going to be responsible for this.
Multi-attack.
If you want to take the responsibility, it is your responsibility, ma'am.
Well, I can't release it into the wild now, can I? Otherwise, just a couple of years down the line, we're going to have to get a bounty to go kill it.
That sounds like a money opportunity.
You are saying that, too.
Create your own problems to solve.
There might be repercussions.
We shall deal with those as they come.
We'll call that in here.
All right.
And then next time, I guess we'll talk to Belle, and we'll figure out what you guys want to do with finding evidence for Omendron and for...
Go on a date.
Yeah, assembling the orrery. Yeah, going on the date.
Yeah.
With Belle.
Whoa.
Candy.
Hey,
Aizen.
Cloud is free.
Anyway. Thank everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. We really couldn't do any of this without people who are dedicated and listen to us. So thank you. Just spread the word. If you enjoy it, tell your friends, tell your family, tell random people on the street.
Tasteful fan art is appreciated.
Yes. Send us fan art. You can go to our Instagram, send us stuff on there. You can check out our Patreon. We're going to be putting lots of cool stuff up on there.
Discord is now open.
Yes, our Discord is now open. You can find the link to that on our Instagram link tree. I'll also put it up on our Podbean site.
We also have a Facebook group page. But I've got to moderate that just a little bit, but
yeah, that's
we got
a brand
one
new
coming
thing
up.
we're going to work on. And be sure to check out our affiliate, Found Familiar Coffee. Again, we are drinking it. It's delicious. It's amazing. We love it.
I ran out.
They again, Chris is out. They really support the hobby, and all of their coffees support great fantasy art. And if you go to foundfamiliar.com, you can find their coffee and enter the coupon code CHARISMACHECK at checkout to receive 10% off your order. And until next time, we'll see you next Wednesday for our new second arc with our guest star.
Who's our new guest star?
Oh,
you're looking straight at me.
Adam.
So I was like,
We still
Hi.
Adam.
We still have Adam.
How
Yeah.
you doing?
I've been here for like 2 episodes.
We really
All
appreciate.
right.
We really appreciate.
Nice to
having
meet
Adam
you.
here.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Chris.
Bye.
Bye, guys.